Welcome to StopFake, the place where we debunk disinformation about Ukraine and set the record straight. I'm Marko Suprun, sitting in for Irina Chalupa with this week's batch of informational mendacity. Among the fakes we examined this week, the self-proclaimed parliamentary speaker of a self-proclaimed state claims President Poroshenko can face a UN Tribunal for war crimes. Who wants national autonomy in Ukraine and why? More attempts at recognizing the annexation of Crimea by Russia, and looking for doping that never was among Ukrainian footballers. So let's get to the details. The pro-Russian site Politnavigator published a story this week claiming that UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon began tribunal preparations against Ukrainian President Petro Poroshenko. Politnavigator's source for this story is none other than Denis Pushilin, the parliamentary speaker of the self-proclaimed Donetsk People's Republic, who said that Ban Ki-moon's recent comments about the role of Russia in ending the conflicts in Syria and Ukraine, quote, create the necessary prerequisites for a tribunal against President Poroshenko and other Ukrainian leaders for war crimes in the Donbass. Pushilin is referring to the General Secretary's remarks at the St. Petersburg International Economic Forum held on June 16th. The speech focused on UN global initiatives, on climate change, sustainable development goals, government and civil society cooperation in combating terrorism. There was no particular mention of Russia or its role in trying to bring about peace in Syria. What Ban Ki-moon did say was that, quote, the Russian Federation, as a founding member of the UN and as a permanent member of the Security Council, has a very important role to play, and I really count heavily on the leadership of the Russian Federation. The Secretary makes no mention of a tribunal of any sort. He does not even mention Ukraine in this speech, and he has never accused the Ukrainian president of any wrongdoing, nor threatened him or the Ukrainian military with a tribunal. But the DNR lives in a different reality, one which clearly has nothing to do with reality. Autonomy for national minorities is a favorite topic of Russian fakes. This week did not disappoint. Ukraina.ru declared that a Bulgarian party asked Kyiv to grant autonomy to Bulgarians living in the southeastern regions of Ukraine. Other sites, such as facenews.ua, quickly picked up the story, announcing that Bulgaria was officially demanding autonomy for its Ukrainian national minority. The fake story directed at the Bulgarian diaspora in Ukraine does not cite any official government support for the minority group. However, it does cite Svetoslav Pronyov, a member of the pro-Russian Bulgarian Ataka party. Organized in 2005, the Ataka party is an ultranationalist party that has 11 members in the 240-member Bulgarian legislature, having lost 12 seats in the last parliamentary elections. The party has always been in opposition and has never been more than a fringe group lacking a significant following. Official Bulgaria has always supported Ukrainian territorial integrity and has supported sanctions against Russia for its aggression in Ukraine. Yuri Pelisev, the leader of the Bulgarian minority organization in Ukraine, meanwhile says that any requests for Bulgarian autonomy in Ukraine are fakes. On his Facebook page, Pelisev wrote that he and his organization have never requested any kind of autonomy for Bulgarians anywhere. Russian media reported that the Liguria region of Italy has recognized Crimea as part of Russia. The Liguria Regional Council adopted a resolution which calls for lifting sanctions against Russia. As the regional authority has no power over international affairs, claims that Liguria recognizes the annexation of Crimea are a complete exaggeration of the enacted resolution. Scores of Russian sites, for example, life.ru, izvestia.ru, vesti.ru, ukraina.ru, rbc.ru, are we noticing a pattern here? RIA Novosti, Komsomolskaya Pravda, Russia Today, TVC, and Forbes.ru eagerly reprinted this story. Now, the Ligurian Regional Council is responsible for local issues, including tourism, local industry and infrastructure. Any initiatives that the Council enacts concerning internal policy are only recommendations and are not even legally binding. According to local Italian media, the Northern League party initiated the resolution, and the Council's right-of-center majority supported it. The resolution calls on the European Union to review the relations between the EU and Russia because of the alleged damage sustained by the local economy. Now, the Northern League is actively pursuing independence for Italy's northern regions, and federalization of Italy is part of the party's platform. Northern League members have visited occupied Crimea and continue to support Russia's actions in Ukraine, echoing Russian propaganda by referring to the Ukrainian government as a junta. Recently, the leader of the Ligurian branch of the Northern League participated in the Liguria-Russia Society Conference. In early July, Russian media reported that UEFA launched an investigation against the Ukrainian football team for possible doping during the 2016 European Championship in France. According to Gazeta.ru, UEFA may launch a doping investigation because large numbers of syringes and other medical products were located in the region where the Ukrainian team was housed during the 2016 European Championship. The items found were already tested, and there were no banned substances identified. UEFA, however, believes that some of the medicines found on the site could have been used to disguise the fact of doping. At least this is what Gazeta.ru alleges. Now, the original source of this story is the Belgian publication Het Nieuwsblad. StopFake reached out to UEFA and asked if the association was in fact conducting a doping inquiry into the Ukrainian team. UEFA told us that no disciplinary case has been opened against the Ukrainian team and that all doping tests have been returned with negative results. That's it for this week. You can find much more dissected disinformation on the StopFake website. Be vigilant, look out for fakes, and if you spot any disinformation about Ukraine, send it to us for a truth autopsy. We have doctors. I'm Marko Suprun, and this is StopFake. Thanks for watching.